Hey, 46. Can you believe it? 46 on the list. Musi Fusion. Indeed, indeed. Remember those locking tuners that came with it? They do a great job, let me tell you. This hasn't been out of the bag in quite some time. Well, it was March 2023 when I worked on this. I received it on March 6th, 2023. Now, I thought I wasn't going to have to do a lot of stuff to this guitar, but wow. I did a few things. And the most important one, of course, if you remember, is that the pickups, the tabs at the bottom were digging into the side of the wood on both of them. And I had to Dremel that out. And I added these chrome rings around there instead of the open. Bridge and saddles remains the same. I did change the pickups, pots for B 500s push-pulls to replace the A 500 push-pulls that were there, and modified it so that it's not one volume, one tone, but two volumes. My preference. There could have possibly been a spot to put another pot there. And I say that because I have the back cover off of that. I was using this to see where if I could fit an amplifier, that project I was working on to amplify the single coil when it goes to single coil, and couldn't end up doing it. And the cover for this I forgot to put back on. So everything's basically the same as it was, the same strings that were on it a year ago when I put it all together. So that's all I did. Oh yeah, and I changed that tip to a silver, chrome, to be chrome. But other than that, I mean, I had the fretwork to do, which I basically have to do on just every guitar that comes through. Doesn't matter who made it. No string tree, I didn't need that. I did cut a little bit of back slot on the nut. Other than that, a little bit of adjustment, you know, on the bridge. I did put a stopper underneath the back, and you know, it's still a great guitar. Now, for the money, the manufacturing of the, you know, pickup cavities, a little bit shoddy for Musi, but the rest of it is still pretty good. They put a good set of tuners on there. The design is basically very nice. It's got a decent weight. I can't remember what it weighs. If I can remember, I'll weigh it and I'll stick it up on the screen for you. But I mean, it's got the weight of a Les Paul sort of thing, you know. Probably about 7.8 pounds at least. It's a good chunk of wood with that roasted maple neck on it and all the hardware. Now, you know, I took it out of the bag and it hadn't been really tuned for a long time, and every string was in tune. I couldn't believe it. Oh, and this jacket's a lot better now. Goes in and out a lot better with a little twist of a tab. Okay, so we're still on our 65 Deluxe reverb as usual, with the little damp reverb and delay on it, and the pickups in this thing are actually excellent. I did change the sponges for springs, as you know. I did ask Musi if I could buy these, and they said no. They wouldn't sell me just pickups. Love these things when I've got them. Wow, they sound so good. That's humbucker. bridge. Oh, let's turn it up. They've got some output, you know, and I did lower the neck quite a bit because it's 8 point something, as I remember, because I watched my video again when I measured it. And I did do the lowering because in that position it's quite boomy and has a you know, 8. Both these pickups are really, really good output for a 9 and an 8. In the middle, it drops to 9 and 8 is going to be under that, so you know, 5-ish, 4.5-ish, and it's still loud. Would have been great if they hadn't made that kerfuffle in there. I could have give musi a little bit higher grade on it. I did send them a message about the problem with that and send them pictures, and I can't recall ever getting a response. Not that I can remember, anyway. Anyhow, this is it. It's a great guitar. I think it went for about 400 bucks. And that's comparable to some Earth guitars. And the Earth guitars with the stainless steel still had to be leveled, you know, didn't make any difference. But they are quite good now. I mean, I haven't had to adjust the truss rod out of the bag for such a long time. It's perfect where it is. The action is still exactly where I left it. It's hanging in there. So if you can find a deal on a musi Fusion, and if you come across a couple of little things that you can fix, it'll be a great guitar. Now the pots that were in here initially, for guys, girls that are not like me, that prefer, you know, B pots and not A pots, because of the taper. The single volume and single tone can serve you very well, and I'm sure that you know, you wouldn't really feel at a loss for anything because of it. But you know, I just had to put my own little taste on it, because that's just the way I like it. Now with the way I've got it, you know, I can blend between the two pickups, right? I can take one down. I can take 2 down. So my middle gives me a lot of choice, especially when I can, you know, split the coils. There's a lot of opportunity for tone control by doing that. Now I don't get a chance to you know, just sit down and play with one guitar for a long time, because there's so many of them here, and you know, I spend my time sort of rotating new ones into the livery all the time, and lately a few pedals as well. I love these things, but I just don't have time to sit and spend, you know, equal amount of time with every single one of them that I have all over here. But when I get them out like this, I mean, it's like when I first got this guitar, I mean, it was instantly, okay, this is now my favorite. And it was for, I don't know, a little bit when I was playing it just after I got it. And then I just sort of forgot and went on, and then later I got the Musi Capricorn, which will be coming up as it came after this in the pearl white version of it. So, you know, Musi and West Creek Ert are some of the top, you know, makers for some better quality guitars than some others. The sound, the tone, the smoothness of the, just something. The articulation of these pickups. I fell in love with these pickups when I first got them because they sound so great, and that's why I asked Musi, can I buy some of these? I was thinking that they could probably be good pickups in some other guitars, especially Les Paul types, right? These would sound great in some Les Pauls. So we don't have any pedals on or anything. There's nothing, no boosting, just my standard. So I have chosen, this will be short. Let's give it a try. Got my fuzz on. like that. There are guys that can play these things way better than me, but I'm not sure that theirs are way better than mine. I hope they're at least as good. So thank you much for watching this 46th guitar episode. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of it. So thanks for all your support. I appreciate it very much, and I'll catch you in the next one.